Hi Cancer, so this is going to be your March 2022 career and money reading. So we're going to be taking a look at what energies might be available to you over the next 30 days. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate, because again this is a general reading, I'm reading for the collective, feel free to check your other placements. Okay. All right, so Cancer, current position, you have the Two of Pentacles. So there's this energy of a need to balance things a little bit more in your life. Perhaps like balancing, work and family life, perhaps perhaps balancing work in a relationship. But it could also speak to managing your finances or just, better budgeting your money in order to maximize your finances. So that's the current energy that you're looking at, Cancer. The challenge here, you have the Knight of Cups. Because it's a challenge, there could be, I wonder if you feel as if there's like a lack of support with your, career and money right now. I wonder if you even feel excited about your work at this time. I also wonder if there's an issue with speed right now surrounding career and money. Like if there's a sense like things aren't moving as quickly as you would like them to. Any of those possibilities could apply right now as a challenge for you. In the past, I do see there was like a solid beginning that you manifested. There was like a prosperous new beginning in the workplace, or a solid like investment opportunity or business idea, like you making steady progress towards your goals with focus. There's definitely that energy there coming up from the past. In the recent past, you have the Ace of Cups. So I wonder if this was like a new opportunity within work, you just feeling emotionally fulfilled with the work that you were doing and the work that you were putting out, or if there was like a new opportunity that was on the horizon for you that was emotionally fulfilling for you, or even new sources of income from like creative endeavors that presented themselves. In terms of like what you're thinking right now, Cancer, you have the King of Wands. So I do see you being in terms of like career and money, I wouldn't be surprised if you're sort of in this mental state right now of like power and authority and like just like taking initiative and, making the first moves towards any goals that you have, or at least wanting to. I also wonder if you have like this desire to lead more, whether it's like leading a team or just having, more support in the workplace. I mean, again, the Knight of Cups did come up as a challenge for you right now, and that could talk about it could talk about feeling like you don't have like the most support right now from colleagues or, within your field. So, in your mind right now with the King of Wands showing up, that could be a desire of yours right now, wanting to just have like more support in the workplace, while remaining true to your natural integrity. It's like people trust your strength and your skills. And so that's kind of where you are right now mentally. It could also talk about, making tremendous progress in your career or leveling up or scaling a business. So, take it as it resonates. Now, the energy leading you into the future, Cancer, is the Seven of Cups. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, in the near future, there's this energy that it is just dreaming big, dreaming for the future, making those first steps towards creating a fulfilling career, just tons of big ideas. And, that sort of energy that's like leading you into the future. So I don't think that's an issue. I don't think lack of ideas is an issue for you at all right now. I actually think it's quite the opposite. I think you have a ton of ideas right now, or you will have a ton of ideas soon, and that's the sort of energy that's bringing you into the future. In terms of more about you, Cancer, you are showing up as the Nine of Cups. So, I mean, the Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. So, in terms of like career and money, it could talk about like looking forward to celebrating before moving on to welcome a new idea. So it could talk about current projects reaching completion, looking forward to celebrating before moving on to a new idea. It also talks about like, you know, how you might even be able to expect, you know, to receive recognition for a job well done, or maybe even a promotion, and how, you know, at this time, like following your intuition and honoring your ideas will lead you to increased prosperity and abundance. And I also want to say this too about the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups also puts an emphasis on like checking in with your gut feelings about business offers to make sure they resonate with you. And the fact that the Nine of Cups also talks about like, you know, following your intuition. I mean, because it's the same thing, whether it's like checking in with your gut feeling or following your intuition, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Because that is what is going to really help propel you into even more success in the future, is relying on your intuition, not overthinking things, you know, like listening to your gut about what feels right and what doesn't feel right. That's very much the energy that you're in right now, Cancer. Now, in the more about the situation and position, you have the Knight of Swords. So this makes me feel like there's this energy in regards to your situation surrounding career and money right now, Cancer. There is this energy of like you being more assertive and focused on your goals or on a particular project, or just, you know, applying yourself more intensely in general. All of these possibilities will bring change at work is really what this card speaks to. It also talks about how, you know, potential drama with a boss or coworker may put you in a position where you must defend yourself in some way. So I don't know, I feel like that kind of ties into the challenge here that we saw with the Knight of Cups. So just feeling like that lack of support from, you know, your work environment, it potentially could put you in a position where, again, you know, you might feel like you have to defend yourself, or you have to go even harder, you know what I mean, to prove yourself. It also speaks to, you know, news that could be coming in rather quickly for you that will cause you to speed up productivity, or, you know, cause you to shift your course of action, period. Showing up in your hopes and fears position, you have the Hermit card. I mean, a lot of the times when these cards show up, I hardly ever see them as a fear. But that could be my glasses half full mentality or outlook, but I don't know, I just kind of see the Hermit as more of a hope for you rather than a fear, because the Hermit card is all about wisdom and solitude and, you know, going inward for those answers, and just taking the time and the space to connect with your own natural intelligence and inclinations in order to block out the opinions of others at this time. Like, you know, so it's like whether you're considering applying for a promotion or making an investment or exploring new ideas, it's like you don't need anyone else's permission to move ahead. Like, this card really emphasizes like working alone rather than in, you know, collaboration at this time. Like, that's what's best at this time. So I mean, sure, that could be a fear of yours, like, you know, feeling like you have to work alone, like there's like little room to collaborate with others. I mean, I could see how that could be a fear, but at the same time, I just view it more as a hope, because again, the Hermit is all about, yes, it does speak to, you know, how working alone is better than working with others at this time, but like I said, it also speaks to getting to a place where it's like, I don't need others' permission. I'm going to rely on my own wisdom. I'm going to rely on my own intuition, and that alone will help lead me to making the best decision for myself. So I view that as a hope, but I mean, everyone's different, so, you know, take it as, you know, as it applies to you. So the final outcome, Cancer, you have the Six of Swords, and it's clarified by the Two of Cups. So the Six of Swords represents like moving forward, embarking on a healing journey. And when it comes to career money, it can talk about how you might soon be leaving a job or situation behind and moving forward toward much better career opportunities. It also talks about how positive changes are coming in your finances. The possibility of moving for work might be on the horizon. So if the opportunity presents itself, definitely trust it. And you've got the Two of Cups. It's clarified by the Two of Cups. So, you know, whether the Six of Swords represents like you leaving behind certain individuals or a certain environment and moving forward towards something new that is more beneficial to you, I see you loving that, okay? Because that's really what the Two of Cups is about. It's like, you know, it's just like it's the love card, you know what I mean? It's a union, it's partnership. So I mean, you could very well be moving towards a new partnership or just moving towards one of your very many ideas that you have at this time, and it has you in love and you love it, you know what I mean? You feel happy. So, I mean, it could mean so many different things, but I mean, overall, I think that that's just a beautiful energy. It's a very positive energy, because again, it's like whether you're walking away from something, it's fine because you're gonna end up finding something so much better. Or again, if you're like taking a leap of faith and like putting one of these ideas of yours to the test and moving forward with one of your ideas, it's gonna lead to you like loving that decision. And you know, on the way, it could mean like you could meet someone that is just as creative as you, that could really help you on your creative journey. You know, it could mean you are embarking on a healing journey after, you know, a time of not so good energy taking place, and on that journey you could find, you know, self-love. You could, you know, find yourself again and like learn about yourself all over again and fall in love with yourself. Or it could mean you could meet someone else and fall in love with them. Like it could mean so many different things, but regardless of like what specific outcome it means, you see that the energy is beautiful. Whether we're talking about a self-healing journey, whether we're talking about a love journey, whether we're talking about a career journey, it all ends in this energy of, you know, this was meant. You know, look what came out of it. Love came out of it. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of energy. So I love that for you, Cancer. So we are gonna pull a card from the Moonology deck just to see what advice the Oracle deck has for you. So what advice do you have for my Cancers for the next 30 days regarding career and money? It's time to release negativity. Okay, that's the full moon in Scorpio card. So let's take a look at that and see what it's talking about. So it says, if you've been feeling paranoid or acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your love life can improve now if you make the effort, so use your magic. You have all the need inside you to bring about your desired result. So additional meanings for this card state it's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. And this the end of an argument. Okay, so that reading that too also just made me think of something as well. The six of swords card being your final outcome, that can represent you moving on from living fearfully to living joyfully. I mean, it could mean so many different things, but you know, it's all energy, so you just have to apply it to your situation as you know you see fit. So now we're going to pull some advice from our Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So what advice do you have for my Cancers regarding career and money over the next 30 days? So you got the Stag card. It says trust and thrive. All right, so it says, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive. Onwards and upwards. Wow! Oh my gosh, Cancer! Yes, oh my gosh. And one of your cards, when we were doing your reading, did speak to you possibly taking on more of a leadership role. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Cancer. The memory card became Fool and didn't realize it, so I just had to switch out my memory card. So sorry about that. So we are pulling a affirmation card for you, a positive affirmation card for you. So this will be your personal affirmation that you can say to yourself over the next 30 days regarding career and money. You have the I am still card. So it says, I understand that there are times to move and there are times to be still. In my stillness, I seek greater understanding. I take time to rest and contemplate. I strive for unconditional happiness here in the present. I am still. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Cancer. I do see like some sort of, there's definitely an energy here of not being on the same page with someone in your environment. It could be your job, it could be a coworker, it could be a boss, it could be a spouse, but there's definitely an energy here of like not being on the same page. Okay, and I do see like your work definitely makes you happy. You're full of ideas. You might even be in a space where you are ready to take on more responsibility. You are ready to become more of a leader in your field. Maybe you're, more of a boss, whatever that looks like for you. And I see you either, it's like an energy in terms of like the final outcome. It's definitely like this energy of like you moving away from something. So you could be moving away from whatever this negative energy person situation is and finding your true happiness. Or you could be moving towards, one of these many ideas that you have. And, again, you either meeting someone that is a very essential part of your journey, or just falling in love with the process, or whatever. But it just leading to happiness and just love in general. So this is what I have for you, Cancer, over the next 30 days. If it didn't resonate, that's okay. Check your other placements. But yeah, this is what I have for you surrounding career and money. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next reading.